Hey guys, guess what I did? You know, because you clicked on this video. I went to the bins and I didn't need to. And of course I have a million excuses, but it doesn't matter what they are, so let's just get into the haul. I went to the new Romeoville, Illinois bins location yesterday and it was okay. Like, it was actually like a decent day for our area. If you're from the Midwest, maybe not. Indiana seems to have decent bins, but like I've seen Michigan, where I've been, Illinois, Wisconsin, our bins aren't great. So for the type of bins we had, I did pretty good. If you don't know who I am Riley. I'm a full-time reseller on Poshmark. So all this stuff that you see will be getting listed only on Poshmark. I do not cross-list at this time. I just don't have the time for it, which I know like there's programs and stuff. I don't want to deal with it, okay? I don't have the mental space and mental time for it. If you did not see my last video, I'm currently dog sitting, which is why the setup is a little different right now. This should be the last video for that though. So I went with my sister Friday. It was a Friday afternoon from like 3 to 6. And this is everything I got in that time period. It was a little busy when we got there, and honestly still kind of busy when we left. Probably slower. It's usually slower in the evenings if you're curious, because they stop rotating bins so people leave. I was actually hoping they'd rotate shoes one more time before I left, but unfortunately they did not. When I was up checking out, the cashier told me they only rotated shoes once. So we're actually going to start with shoes, and all the shoes I found were shoes that were sitting out probably the entire day, like since they rotated them, and I still found some decent stuff. I'm pretty lucky. Well, the textiles at our bins aren't great. I do find some decent shoes. I pay $1.29 per pound when I get over 25 pounds, and I always get over 25 pounds. So I've not actually calculated out my cost of goods yet. I did find a good pile of kids' clothes, which I just put the cost of those into these items I'm going to list on Poshmark. So that stuff when I take to Once Upon a Child is pure profit. I'm not showing you that today just because I don't think most people have interest in that. So I'll throw up my cost of goods on the screen. It's probably around $2. That's these days. It's been around like $2. So again, these are all the leftovers, picked over shoes. The bin had been out. Well, I shouldn't say bin. The like 6 shoe bins had been out all day, and I walked away with stuff I'm still happy with. So this brand is sold at Nordstrom. It's from the brand Blondo. That's okay. Dang, you can't see in there, so I'll show you here. And I've sold it before. I'll pick it up in the bins. I'm not really like paying up for it anymore because the pieces I have right now have been sitting for a while. Also, we're going on a boot season, so like we're gonna have these for a little while. They are in awesome condition though. I actually did pass on another pair of Blondo boots that were relatively beat up. So Goodwill had these priced at $13. They never sold. They went to the bins. I might have picked these up half price just because of what good condition they are in. Okay, I found these kids' Uggs. The bottom is honestly kind of worn down, but I think that's okay. They're just a pair of kids' leather Ugg boots. I don't know if these laces were added or if they were sold with those. I'm gonna go with sold with, but obviously I'll look up the style and find that out. They are zip tied because Goodwill had them priced at $10, and obviously they need to get their money, so they zip tie things so people can't switch tags around. They are a youth size 2. I don't think I'm gonna get big bucks on these, but I'd be really happy with like $20 if I could get that. I got like all the comfort shoes this day, all the comfort shoe brands. This one, I have one pair listed in my closet and it hasn't sold yet. They've been listed for a while, but I decided to pick up another pair because why not? They're called walking cradles. They might do better on eBay. Again, I only sell on Poshmark. They are a comfort shoe, and these ones are in great condition. They don't look like they were ever at a Goodwill. They actually don't even really look like they were ever worn. So I can't tell you exact comps because I have not sold my pair. $15 to $20 to get them to move unless the style I have listed is just bad, and these are a good one. We are coming into summer season though, so I'm happy to be grabbing sandals. Okay, these again, a $10 Goodwill piece that never sold. These are just a basic black bootie from ASOS. It's gonna be hard to show you the logo because it's on the inside and no branding on the bottom. Honestly, they feel like a really nice soft leather for ASOS, and they're just a classic booty, so I figured they would eventually sell, even though ASOS isn't the best brand. These were $7 at Goodwill, and no one bought them. They're not in awesome condition, but they're not in bad condition either. There's just a little bit of fading. On the suede, they are a Madewell heel with this circle buckle, and I'm sure you know what Madewell looks like. You can't really even see it on this shoe. There's no branding on the bottom of this pair. I don't think they usually brand the bottom of their shoes. So this is another hopefully good summer find. Yeah, I mean, the bottoms definitely have some wear. That doesn't deter me unless it's awful. It's just like more like the heels have some fading on the suede. They'll still sell, hopefully 20 to 25. I grabbed these shoes for Once Upon a Child. They were $7 at Goodwill. They are just from the brand Gymboree. And so I do pick up things from the bins to go to Once Upon a Child. This is the only pair of shoes for Once Upon a Child. I don't do a lot of shoes for Once Upon a Child because they weigh more and you're not getting paid out a lot there, so I try to take lighter weight stuff. I've said this in previous videos before, but Once Upon a Child only buys shoes that have sizes in them. And in the past, I've been bad about just grabbing good condition kids' shoes and not checking to see if they have a size. And a lot of times they either get rubbed out or if they're just a cheap shoe brand, don't even have a size. So I did check to make sure that these had the size in them. They're an 11. And I don't know about your Once Upon a Child locations, but my Once Upon a Child locations only grab pretty good condition shoes because the only thing they'll do is take a wet wipe and wipe them down. And so they told me we're only looking for stuff that we can kind of clean up with a wet wipe and make look nice. So I actually grabbed these shoes for buy, sell, trade as well, but not kids. These are for, what is it called? Crossroads and Buffalo Exchange. In my recent bins hauls, I haven't been showing the stuff I'm picking up for them. I do have a pile for them today, but I've been doing videos where I show you what they accept and reject from me. So those are the Crossroads videos on my channel if you're interested in seeing what they take from me. But I will just show you these I picked up for style. They're actually Skechers that Goodwill wanted $7 for. I just figured they kind of fit that academia Y2K style. And if they don't purchase them, then I can list them myself. But honestly, I have listed a decent amount of Y2K shoes in the past, and usually they sit for me for like half a year and then sell, and I'm just not looking for that right now. But they're in good condition, and I don't know if these are actually like a Y2K Sketcher, but I felt like they fit the vibe. Okay, and quickly, the other pair of shoe I grabbed for the same purpose to take to buy, sell, trade. Again, for like a older Y2K style purpose. Again, if they don't buy them, I'll list them. Moosties, Toosties, is that the brand? I see this all the time thrifting. I don't pick it up a lot. $7 at Goodwill and never sold. And these I did the bend test on to make sure they weren't dry rotted. So if you get a sole like this, like Dansko's, kind of a rubbery sole, make sure you bend it in the bins, and if it doesn't crack easily, then you should be fine. I want to say one of my better shoe finds of the day, but there's some decent wear on the toes, so maybe not. They're a Dansko boot, and they would be a great find if they didn't have all this wear on the toes. And I will take some Doc Martens Wonder Balsam and Balm and clean them up, but it is like more than surface level scuffs or anything. It kind of goes down a layer, but you know, bendy test, no breaking. And I just figured with the scuffs, someone still wants them. It really depends on your level of comfort selling used shoes, whether you care about like selling pristine condition shoes or you need to do some cleanup. I will sell most condition shoes and get some sort of money for them. I think I can still get 25 to 30 for these, even with the wear on the toes. I didn't check comps. Oh, actually, this one has kind of a scratch across the top too, if you can see that. So I grabbed 2 pairs of kids' Keens. I often come across at least 1 pair of kids' Keens while I'm at the bins. However, they have not been selling super well for me recently, so I definitely need to go back in and modify, relist, drop prices. And so the thing about Keens is they have a circle size dot. And when that size dot gets rubbed out, there's no other place they mark the size. So here's the circle I'm talking about. So these ones have it. They are a size kids 10. And these ones, I believe, don't have it. Okay, they do, but see, that's what starts happening. It starts pulling out. So luckily they still have like the UK size on there so I can compare size chart wise. Also, I have so many Keens and so many without sizes that I've had to measure before to get the size by measuring the bottom. It's easy to find measurements on the internet and compare listings. If you find a great pair of Keens and it doesn't have a size dot, that is always an option to measure the bottom. Okay, I grabbed these and now I'm just realizing they have some paint on the heel, but that's okay. They are kids Converse. I leave a lot of plain Converse behind at the bins unless they're perfect, but I did like this floral print, and then here is like this pink paint that I just noticed on them. Normally I would magic eraser the sides to make them look nice, and actually, you know what, I might do that for this pair because they're not that dirty, but I do kind of want to throw some Converse in the wash and see how clean they get. I used to do that, but it's been years. I usually just magic eraser them. This won't be a big sale, but I just liked the print. I always pick up Toms while I'm at the bins and they don't sell for me, so why do I keep picking them up? That's a good question. Goodwill wanted $7 for these ones and they never sold. I'm sure you know what the Toms logo looks like. These are an espadrille open toe sandal. Hopefully coming into summer, these will sell over summer. Hopefully I don't sit on them forever. They're in a 9.5. They were in good shape. I mean, they do have a little bit of wear there, but I've sold shoes with that before. I'm gonna not price them high. Like, I'm gonna try and get $20 for these so I can move them. But I can't leave them. They're in such good condition, and I don't think my buy-sell trade would take these, or else I would just take them to them. Okay, we only got a couple pair of shoes left. I actually found these kids Birkenstocks, and if they were my size, I would keep them, but they were 33, and unfortunately, I cannot squeeze my size 6 foot into a kid size 33. I've had luck selling kids Birkenstocks. These ones are obviously more worn, so probably close to like maybe slightly under $20 for these ones. There's a chance I've sold this style before, which means it's an older style because I can't even remember if I've recently, like, if I've sold it, it wasn't recent. So these are, oops, that's not great. Okay, these are Vince, and I actually passed on a pair of Vince slip-on sneakers while I was there. Sorry if you hear Aria whining a little bit. She does that when she wants attention. And I played with her right before I started this video, so she's okay. I feel like I've sold these before. At least a Vince shoe with this wood heel. But as you just heard, it's starting to pull up a little bit. Anyway, I will still grab an older style Vince shoe at the bins for $1 or $2. As I said, I did pass a pair of Vince slip-on platform shoes. Not even platform, you're just like small platform. Those haven't been doing great for me, and they had a little bit of wear, so even at the bins, I passed on those ones. Okay, the match to this one is actually my car. I noticed last night. Didn't make its way inside. It is an Allegria shoe, or Allegria, and haven't seen that footbed before. It is another comfort shoe, and these ones, again, they have some wear here. I'll put some leather conditioner on it, but it's not gonna like 100% fix it. But hopefully I can get like $30 for these, and that's pretty good for a bin shoe in my opinion. Last pair of shoes, another comfort shoe. Told you I have all the comfort shoes today, which I will take. I think a lot of people pass on them because they don't know the brands and they don't look like nice shoes. But they retail for a lot, and there are people searching for them. So these are Naya, is how I say it. I don't know if there's another way people say it. And they're kind of like a Birkenstock. Actually, they're more like Allegria because this insole pops out, so you can replace that. And so these ones actually do have some wear on the footbed, but everything else looks pretty good. So happy to find these Nayats, and hopefully another $30-ish sale. That was all the shoes, so now let's get into the clothing. Okay, so I'm gonna start off with the small pile of personal things I grabbed. So, this was actually in like a pile of decent kid stuff, and the brand is Mabo. And so my sister looked up the brand, and it looks like it has all different stuff actually, kid stuff and houseware. So I got 2 of these little Mabo handkerchiefs or bandanas or something. I think they're napkins, like cloth napkins, and I'm trying to get into cloth napkins, so I've been collecting some every now and then till I have enough to, you know, replace napkins. My mom's been doing that for a few years now, and it's, you know, really nice, more sustainable. So these are for me. Let me see how long this is because I grabbed this for my mom, but she does not wear short dresses. She's taller than me and it hits me like mid-thigh, so I don't know if she'll want this. It is a blue and gray dress, which I don't have. It's a size small, and Goodwill wanted $7. I don't have awesome luck with this brand. It's a green and white stripe. So if my mom doesn't want it, which I'm not sure if she will since it's a little shorter than I think she would wear, I'll either list it or take it to like Style Encore, or do we have that one? Closet Mentor. So yeah, we'll go to one of those. So if I did not say, my sister went with me this day and she didn't look through shoes, so all the shoes were my finds, but I don't know what it is. She has a better bins touch than I do. She just finds way better things. And you'll see as I tell you what she found and what I found, you're gonna be like, how? And she told me her method. She said she walks around. We both have ADHD, so her way definitely seems like an ADHD method way. She walks from bin to bin and just pulls out stuff that looks interesting to her. She doesn't really dig in one bin. And I'm like, well, you find better stuff than me. So I usually pick one bin and dig in it for a while. So she found this. It's an Ann Taylor piece, but it's definitely a more substantial Ann Taylor piece. I don't even know what to call this. It's kind of like a cape jacket thing, but short sleeve. I actually didn't check the fabric content. I feel like it doesn't have anything fancy in it. I put it on my sister so I could check for flaws. Oh, it does actually have some wool in it. So for most of the stuff at the bins, I don't check comps. So like this, I knew was Ann Taylor and I knew it was a more substantial piece, so I didn't check comps. For brands I don't know, and I'm like, do I really want to get this? I will check comps, and a lot of times those end up staying at the bins, which is why most of the stuff I have, I didn't check comps on. Because the stuff I did check comps on, I threw back. So again, my cost of goods for the textiles is the same for my cost of goods on the shoes because I average out my cost of goods across everything. So I, as my sister, I said, found better stuff than me. I found a lot of Old Navy this day. So I did pick up the bigger sizes Old Navy I found this one is the smallest, a size large Old Navy dress. And I have luck selling Old Navy dresses for around $15 on Poshmark, which is not like big money. But I'm getting it out of the landfill and I'm making some money, making some sales. So, you know, depends on your strategy, what you're looking for in the bins. Since my bins aren't great, I'm happy to take this stuff home and help make weight. Goodwill wanted $8 for this and it never sold. This I actually originally grabbed thinking I'd take it to buy, sell, trade, but then my sister didn't like the style. I asked her what she thought, and so I was gonna throw it back because it's kind of heavy, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna look up the brand really quick. So I did. It's called Ruli, and I feel like maybe I've heard someone somewhere on the corner of Reseller Internet talk about how this brand is decent, but I don't really remember it. So, but the style is like pretty good. So it's like an online boutique brand. I think this dress probably retailed anywhere from like $60 to $80. And you know, that's not like a cheap dress. It's not like a Reformation dress, but it's not a Forever 21 dress. So it looks like they are selling on Poshmark. Maybe I can get $20 to $25 for this, which I'm happy for a bins find. Would I pay $8 that they had this priced at Goodwill? I don't know. Not without checking exact comps, but at the bins, I was happy to grab it. So I will be listing this piece myself. So this is a Lulu's dress, which I have not been having much luck with these days, which is unfortunate because Lulu's was a good bread and butter for me, you know, for years until recently. It's all kind of twisted together, so I'm not going to undo that. So I grabbed this and I was like, you know what, I'm going to try to buy, sell, trade. But then I was like, I don't think this is a style they'll buy. So I might change my mind. I might take this to them because I don't think I'll get more than like $15 to $20 for that, which is fine. If I could get $15 to $25 in a couple months, I'd be super happy to do that. But I can't even remember the last time I sold a Lulu's dress. So you know what? Maybe I'll take this to them and just see if they want this summery maxi dress. Goodwill had it priced at $8. I would only pick this up at the bins these days. At least like this is an older Lulu's tag, the big one. But even the newer stuff has not been moving for me. So we'll see. Who knows what's gonna happen. Okay, we got a couple more pieces of Old Navy right here. Actually, Old Navy does have date codes and style codes, so you can put that stuff in the internet if you're wanting to do a little more. Gosh, where the heck is, oh, there. If you're wanting to find like exact stuff on this. This one is from, oh, it even has a name in it. It's a SS Wrap Midi Navy Floral. and it's from 2020. Goodwill again wanted $8 for this. It is a size extra large Old Navy. I know you don't need to see the Old Navy tags. I'm just in the habit of showing. So since it's a wrap in an extra large, I hope that this will sell a little under $20. Obviously, it looks terrible being shown like that. This Old Navy piece is from 2018. So I actually was considering throwing this one back because I don't love the style, but it is an XX large and kind of a more modest piece. Like you could wear this if you were going to work or something. And Goodwill wanted a reuse price. Oh, $7. $1 cheaper than the rest of the other Old Navy. Yes, so hopefully these Old Navy dresses, I do have one more somewhere in here, but hopefully I can get like 15 to 19 for those. Guys, my sister this day found Missoni, like vintage, made in Italy, she knew what the name for it was. It was like a little scarf you wear over your shoulders. And she didn't know it was designer. She just brought it up to me. And I was like, look at this Beretta or whatever she called it I found. And I'm like, that's Missoni. Can I have that please? And she was like, no, it's for me. She's like, I didn't even know it was designer. I just liked it. And I could tell it was vintage. I'm like, of course. But I found Nuitag's Eloquii, so you know it all equals out. This is just a pink Nuitag's Eloquii t-shirt that Goodwill wanted $10 for. There's the Eloquii tag. They are a plus size brand. I do like selling Eloquii, but this t-shirt's not gonna go for more than like 20 bucks. My sister found these Burton gloves and I didn't check comps, you know, they weigh like nothing and they're Burton. So maybe I can get like $15 for these. And it was so nice. The person who donated them, snapped them together because one time, it's on my channel, I accidentally brought home a single Patagonia glove from the bin because I found it and I was like, maybe I'll come across the match, and threw it in my cart and totally forgot it was in there. I do sell kids Zara, especially if I can lot it up if it's not a more substantial piece. This one I think will sell by itself. I mean, yeah. I mean, they'll probably sell for like $14, $15, but they're girls' Mickey Mouse jeans, and I think they're even like a wide leg, so this is probably a pretty recent piece, and I'm happy to find those. Okay, this is another piece I considered taking a buy sell trade because I don't love the brand. It is Nanette by Nanette Lepore, and I do like their swimwear, but their dresses and stuff don't do like super awesome. However, this is a size 14 and it's a pretty tiered, is it midi or maxi? It's like a maxi dress. So I will be listing this by myself and hope to get 20 to 25. And that is sold at department stores like Nordstrom, Macy's, that kind of stuff. My sister found this and I almost threw it back, but I was like, no, it's the bins, why not? It is Betsey Johnson, but it is a new Betsey Johnson piece, which is not gonna do as well as the vintage stuff. And on top of that, this one's just pretty basic. It's a pink midi dress. Too bad I didn't find it in time for Valentine's Day. Goodwill wanted $13 because, you know, Betsey Johnson's the designer. So, made it to the bins where I almost threw it back. Okay, here's the other Old Navy dress I grabbed. That is an XXL that Goodwill wanted $8 for. It is a midi dress, just button front with a ribbed texture to it. Maybe another $15 sale. Okay, I did grab this bra, but now I'm seeing some like marks on it, which I'm kind of wondering if happened at when I was unloading my car because I thought it was clean. Anyway, it's a Victoria's Secret bra. Nothing too exciting, but I do grab good condition Victoria's Secret bras and other good brand, notable brand bras in the bins. This was my only bra this day. All the other ones I found were pretty trashed. So this is a 38C. And I'm sure you know what that looks like. And I'm surprised this one didn't come from Goodwill. The Goodwills I've been to recently have been pricing Victoria's Secret bras at $10, which is about what I can get on Poshmark. Sometimes I can get 15 if I'm lucky. So these were for sure someone's throwback because they were in the throwback bin where everybody throws their throwbacks in the front of Goodwill, the Goodwill outlet. It is actually from a brand I never heard before, but I could just tell it was high quality. Look at that tag, CQY. I just knew. I was like, this is good stuff, man. And Goodwill wanted $7. Now, I do know why they were thrown back. First, there is slight puckering right here. But I just sold a pair of Paige jeans on Poshmark for $20 that were like completely puckered throughout the back and front. They were men's. So you can still sell jeans that have puckering, but that's, you know, a personal choice. So the problem with these is they were repaired They were professionally repaired, done super nice. You can see the repair here. And I mean, you can tell on the back that they were repaired, but it's done super well. And they're size 31. Goodwill wanted 7. Did I say that? I do think they're a skinny jean or maybe straight leg. I couldn't find a style name on them. So I figured if this is a sought after, like I did a quick search on Poshmark and it looked like people had them listed in like maybe the $60 to $80 range. And I'm like, maybe someone will give me $20 for a pair of these high-end jeans that have been repaired. I don't know. Would I recommend you do that? No. But I'm gonna disclose they were repaired and maybe I'll find a buyer. My sister found these and they're adorable. And they are little embroidered pants from Janie and Jack, which is, oh, here, I can show you this a little bit better. A notable kids brand that I do sell, one of the kids brands I'm selling these days. I sell Hannah Anderson, Janie and Jack, Minnie Bowden, and maybe I do have a few other kids pieces, so you'll see some other kids brands I do sell, but a lot of what I pick up kids clothes wise just goes to Once Upon a Child. So I think I can probably get like $15 for these boys' little dog embroidered pants. They're adorable. I do not pick up this brand at Goodwill anymore, only at the bins. Oh, it's actually a 2X though. I totally thought this was like a size small. Maybe I'd pick it up at Goodwill if it's a 2X. Logo by Lori Goldstein. That makes this a lot better. I seriously thought this was size small. They want $8. They wanted $8 at Goodwill, which I would not pay though. So this is a QVC brand and that does better in plus sizes. But I liked the color. It's going to be hard to show because it's like an open tie front cardigan with this trim on it. So maybe it's a 2X, maybe $20 on this piece, maybe a little more. If it was a size small, I'd be thinking like 15. My sister found this Free People piece, which cool. One side of the thing is untacked. Sometimes I'll sew it back on, but this piece I just think I'm going to leave it. It looks older. It's a like chunky sweater that has these double buttons and it actually looks cropped. It's very interesting. I hope this is not an oversaturated piece since it is older. It does seem slightly more unique to me. So I'm hoping this will be a good Free People piece. If it's not, I could always try it at Buy Sell Trade. One of my finds from the day were these Athleta shorts. I would keep these if they were my size, but I think a medium will just be a little too big on me. And Athleta, I usually wear like a small. So they were $6 at Goodwill. Let's see when they're from. I think everything's rubbed out, unfortunately. So these are probably like a $15 sale. I almost threw this back because it's pretty plain and I don't have luck with J. Jill. It's Pure Jill, which is, you know, J. Jill's nice fabric line. It was $8 at Goodwill. It is just a pink kind of like pop over tunic. So maybe I can hope for $15 on this. Again, I don't sell on eBay, so that'd probably be a better eBay piece. Okay, I grabbed this Eddie Bauer vest. I don't grab a lot of Eddie Bauer, and I actually grabbed a cardigan at the bins years ago, which I've been sitting on forever, so I was kind of apprehensive about picking this piece up, but I thought it was nice. Goodwill wanted $7. A lot of this stuff is Goodwill pulls this day. My sister found this cute little kid's coat, which I actually was going to take to Once Upon a Child, but then I just decided to do comps since it's a kid's coat. It is from the Target brand, Cat and Jack, which I love their stuff. I love picking it up for Buy Sell Trade just because it's so adorable. But since it was a more substantial piece, I'm like, let me just check. And Cat and Jack coats are selling, at least right now in February, they're still selling multiple a day. And yesterday, when I had like checked comps the day before, this coat had sold for $15. And I was like, if I can get it listed soon, maybe I can get $15 before we go into summer. So this is actually a new to me brand called Weekday. The tag looked nice, and I mean, it still has this hang price thing. And I quickly looked up, just not on Poshmark Resell Market, but on the website, and this probably retailed for like $60. So I'll have to check Poshmark and see if there's a resale value. If there's not, I'll probably just take it over to Buy Sell Trade, but it is in this pile, so I will show you. Let me know if you know anything about that brand. We got another kids Zara piece, and my sister must have found this because I don't remember seeing it. but it ended up in my cart. So it is a girl size 9 Zara, and I do actually have a few pieces of girl size 9 Zara, but, oh, is that a spot? I hope not. Since, doesn't look like it in person. Since the pieces of girl size 9 Zara I have are a little more substantial, I'll probably sell them separately and hope to get like $15 a piece. My sister found this vintage kids little dress, and oftentimes I'll look up the brand, the vintage brand. This is Polly Flinders, and just see if anyone is searching for the specific dress, or even just try to find some information on it. But she found this right when we were leaving, and I was like, it's cute, it's vintage, probably somebody will want this for their kid. So I don't know comps on this piece. And another piece my sister found was this Hatley coat. It's I think a raincoat, and it's got Pegasus's, is that the plural Pegasus on it? It does have some like dirt on the lining actually. I think, yeah, like right here there's some marks. I don't know if that will come out. It looks like I could actually, it looks like surface maybe. I don't know. Comps on these were actually pretty good. So maybe like 20 or 25 on this, depending on how clean I can get it. So I actually need to check comps on this piece and decide whether I want to sell it myself or take it to like Buffalo Exchange Crossroads. It is a men's Lucky Brand Western shirt, and this is definitely an older Lucky Brand tag. I say definitely, but maybe I should actually check. They don't have a date code on here. I would think this is older or made to look old. Goodwill wanted $7, never sold. So it does have the pearl snap button on there. So I'll check comps and see how these style of shirts are doing from Lucky Brand. And if they're not doing great on Poshmark, I'll take it to Crossroads. Okay, my sister found this Mountain Hardwear piece. She wasn't familiar with the brand. She was like, it just looks like something you'd want. And I'm like, yeah, I'll take Mountain Hardwear at the bins. It does not do great for me, but this piece was in great condition. So I'll check comps, but you know, since the brand isn't a great brand for me, maybe I can get like $18. My bins hauls, I know, are not the most exciting. There were a lot of like Pakistani dresses in the bins this day, and there were some really pretty ones. So I was like, you know what, I'll just look up the brands. And so I grabbed 3 of them, 2 that seemed to have decent comps. This one didn't seem to have great comps, but also I was doing comps pretty fast. Libas New Delhi. But they're really pretty, and I was like, you know what, I'm already grabbing 2, might as well grab a 3rd and just do a little bit of research. So this is the one that seemed like comps weren't as good on, and a lot of them actually like don't even have brands or tags in them, so I just left those ones behind. And there were some really pretty girls ones as well, but I couldn't find comps on those. So I actually recently just picked up some of this clothing brand from the bin, some onesies, and lotted them together. So they have not sold yet, but it is a high retail kids brand, Monica plus Andy. And so my sister found this dress, and I was like, you know what, I'll try and sell this dress solo, maybe get $14 to like $16 for it. It's cute seahorse print. And I mean, this dress probably retailed for like $55. My free people find of the day, a We the Free piece. And actually, this is, I'm sure you know at this point, the newer We the Free tag, and it's pretty crisp. Doesn't look like it's ever been washed or worn. Size medium. And it's just like a slouchy, drop shoulder, cropped sweater. Very free people. Probably like $20 on this. Okay, I've heard people talk about selling World Market clothing before. I've never sold it, but I found this World Market poncho, one size, so I figured I'd give it a try. So yeah, you know what a poncho is. Again, probably just like a $15 sale, and unfortunately we're going out of sweater season. Ooh, another one of my finds. I found Robert Graham, but it's not a fancy Robert Graham. I've actually never sold Robert Graham with like men's with the fancy cuffs, because by Goodwill it was priced them at like $20. This was priced at $6 actually, and I think it's a men's. It's really soft. It's a size large, and so I mean it could be a woman's. I'll have to figure it out, but it just seems like a men's. Maybe it's a woman's. I don't know. What do you think? Vest. Let's see if it tells me on the tag. Actually, and let's see if there's a fabric content. It's a polyester rayon acrylic. Dude, it's so soft. It feels It feels like it could be cashmere. So since, you know, it's not a funky Robert Graham piece, it's probably like a $25 sale. Also depends whether it's men's or women's, which I will have to figure out. My sister found some neon Buddha, which I think used to do better than it currently does. I have a few pieces sitting and I can't get more than $20 for almost any of it. This was at Goodwill for $5. So I'll pick it up at the bins for the low cost of goods, but I'll probably get like, you know, $17 to $20 for this. It is a tunic. Oh, and I'm noticing now there's a spot on the sleeve, but you know, I sell flawed stuff all the time. And honestly, if that's the worst flaw I come across in this bins haul, then I'll be happy with the sorting job I did. Another one of my sister's finds is this kids Kate Spade skirt. I have sold kids Kate Spade before. It does sell. And it's just a cute little bird print skirt. I can't tell if it's like slightly dingy. I think it might be just like washwear, but that's okay. I'll sell it cheap. I found this Calvin Klein gown, and I do like selling Calvin Klein dresses, especially if I can get them pretty cheap. This is just, you know, the regular Calvin Klein tag, size 12. I think this one should do well. I don't know if it's been hemmed. I will have to look at that. But I'm happy to pay bins pricing for a gown I can probably get like $35 to $45 for. I found some Gap overalls. I rarely pick up Gap, but I will pick up overalls. And these were $8 at Goodwill. I did check them over though because they looked like they could have been somebody's throwback and I didn't see anything. Also, they're a skinny leg. I'm not quite sure how skinny leg overalls are doing, but I think they're still doing well because they're still an overall. These are likely some of the Zara pieces I will lot up together. This one is 2 to 3 years, and I think the other ones might be 3 to 4. So I'll have to look at them and decide what to lot up together and what to sell separate. If I have to sell this one separate, again, we'll probably go for like $15. And Zara clothes do not retail high, but they're just cute and parents look to buy them secondhand. Okay, I don't know if I've ever sold this brand myself, but my sister found this blazer that's a size XXL and it's new with tags, and it's like a tweed cropped blazer. I thought it would do well. So it is, I didn't tell you the brand, Lauren Conrad, which actually when I did find it at the bins, I used to send it to ThredUp, but I don't use ThredUp anymore. It was $20 at Goodwill, which is why it never sold. So let's hope I can get $20 for it on Poshmark. My sister found this Athleta girl hoodie. It's a size 10-12. I have had luck selling Athleta girl pants. I've never sold a top from them. So I figured I'd try it out. And you know, if it doesn't sell, I can take it to Once Upon a Child. It was $5 at Goodwill. I did an unspeakable reseller thing. Can you guess what it was? I bought Forever 21 to resell. But tell me, would you leave this Forever 21 coat behind? Look at it. It is a long quilted like smoking jacket. It is down to my ankles. A beautiful green color, split, snap button front. Here's the Forever 21 tag. I mean, they have a bunch of different ones. I couldn't leave it. I'm like, I have to be able to get $20 for this. It's so awesome. I would pick it up in like almost any brand. And you know, worst comes to worst, maybe Buy Sell Trade will take it. Okay, I believe this is my first time picking up Catherine's, which is a plus size brand that if you watch Kaylee Elaine's channel on YouTube, she talks about. And I've just never found it for the right price, so I've never picked it up. And this is actually a 1X petite, so I don't know if it's like the best piece to experiment with. Also, in my opinion, it's ugly, but it's new with tags, which I did not actually notice until I got home. It was $5 at Goodwill. So, you know, it's so funny, when I was looking at it in the bin, I was like, it seems kind of faded, but you know what, I'll get it. And then I realized it's new with tags, and I'm like, I guess that it's just made to look that way. So no idea on comps for this, especially it being a petite, maybe $20. My sister found this and she was just joking around with it. And then I was like, you know what, I'll buy it. It's a Banana Republic faux fur trim wrap thing, you know, that like, so this is kind of like the Missoni thing she found was kind of like this, but it was woven knit, not faux fur. So I think that's how you wear this, right? And you can like tie it. Well, I figured it fit the mob wife old money aesthetic that's trending right now. But who knows, if I get this listed, if it takes me like more than 2 weeks to get this listed, that trend could be totally out, and I don't know. So we'll see how this does. I actually was going to take this to buy, sell, trade until I realized there was a logo on it. So it is Old Ralph Lauren Sport, and I just thought it was a navy blue dress. But then I realized one of these corners, there it is, has the little polo guy logo. So I think I might actually try to sell this myself, and if it just is not a hot item on Poshmark, then I will take it to buy, sell, trade. This is another item I want to check comps on to see if I should take to buy, sell, trade. It is an old Chico's piece, and it's a size 1, which, is that like a medium or a large? But it's got these cute little flowers, very Hawaiian, almost Jam's World looking piece. So I do think buy, sell, trade would take this if I don't decide to sell it myself. I do just want to see how like Chico's vintage, like Y2K, whatever style floral dress is doing on Poshmark. And if they're not doing well, then it will go to buy, sell, trade. Okay, here is another Zara girls dress. Yeah, so, oh, actually this one's 4 to 5 years. So I might have to sell these separate. I thought they were the same size. But cute little butterfly print dress. Again, probably like a $12 to $15 sale. A lot of this is very small sales, but I love going to the bins. And you know what? Some people's price range is not $40 to $50 sales. They need like a $15 item. So I'll sell it. This is a Land's End swimsuit, size 16, and it looks like one of those little popsicles. And I've had luck selling Land's End swimsuits in the past from the bins, so I'll probably get like, again, $15 for that piece. Here is another Zara dress, girls size 9. So I do have 3 Zara size 9 pieces, but I think I will all sell them separately just because they're all relatively substantial pieces and don't need to be allotted up, in my opinion. I went back and forth on this dress so many times, and obviously I brought it home with me. It is from the brand Weekend Max Mara, which is Max Mara's diffusion line. Retails for less. I have sold it in the past. Honestly, Max Mara in general doesn't sell that much for me. So the reason I went back and forth on this dress is because there's a stain right on the neckline. Yeah, right. Oh wait, that's a spot. No, that was a fuzzy. It's actually, this is a fuzzy and this is the stain right there. And it's like right on the neckline. Goodwill wanted $8 and it never sold. But it is a maxi dress, and maybe I should have thrown it back, but maybe I can sell it and with the stain. I don't know if it will come out. I could try. This I originally grabbed to take to like Crossroads, or not Crossroads. Why do I always say that? This I originally grabbed to take to like Clothes Mentor, and then I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll see how it's doing. It was $8 at Goodwill. It is a loft jumpsuit, and I actually do think there's some linen in it as well. And it's from summer 21. So loft is so hard because I have sold some pieces for like $20, $25 pretty fast, and I've also sat on pieces for years and gotten nothing for them. So I don't know quite what I'm going to do with this piece yet. Let me know. Would you sell this or just take it to a buy, sell, trade store? My sister found this, again, better finds than me. It's a Babaton. What is this called? Why can't I think of what this is called? A bodysuit. I actually have one of these listed right now. I think I listed it too high, so it never sold. So I'm hoping, you know, I'll relist that one and get for both of them like $20. And Goodwill wanted $6 for this. I grabbed this on my way out, like to check out, so no time to contemplate. I just threw it in my cart. It's a Fashion Nova size extra small, like jumpsuit. It does have the belt, and I can't tell if it's supposed to be a wide leg or a skinny leg. Probably like a slight flare. But I just feel like this print, there's always someone looking for it. So hopefully I can get $15 for this. And Fashion Nova actually has style numbers on the interior tag, so you can put that into Google and hope to find a stock photo. Okay, so we're gonna finish off with these 3 items. I'm gonna save my favorite for last. So here is another one of the Pakistani dresses. I'm not gonna try and say this brand name, but maybe if you come across some Pakistani or Indian dresses, or just like, you know, more, what's the right word? Like global wear and the bins, you can look it up because maybe some of it has resale value and then you can make money and save it from the landfill. This one actually has some cool like beading and charms on the front. Like, look, it's got dragonflies and stuff. So this one looked like maybe it would go for like $30. Then we got a Zara dress, and actually I forgot about this one. So this one is a size 3 to 4 years. So does that line up with the other one? I can't remember at this point. I'll have to look at them. And the last piece of this bins haul is probably the most beautiful piece of the bins haul, and it is another Pakistani dress. Agha Noor. So that is the brand, and these ones seem to be going for maybe $70 on Poshmark. But like, look at this beading. And I do think when they're sold with pants, but I didn't come across any pants. So I'm just selling like the tunic dress. I don't know the name for them. I am sorry. But oh my gosh, look at that beading. My sister found this and she's like, oh, look at how beautiful this is. I wish it was like something you could sell. And I'm like, maybe it is. And I looked it up. Yeah, and these ones, this brand has resale value. I'm just gonna give you a once over one more time because it's so beautiful. That was this bins haul. I actually think I moved through it pretty fast. Let me know what you thought of my finds, my pretty bread and butter finds. My sister kept a lot of the good stuff for herself. Classic Kendall, designer Missoni. She got a cut loose shirt. I don't remember what else. But that is it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in another video soon. Goodbye.